Good morning, student. Before this period, we learn the introduction of our poem, the introduction of the poet. The poem's name is Animals. Now we are going to listen the poem on the digital board. Then we are going to see the explanation line by line.
I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self-contained. I stand and look at them long and long. They do not sweat and whine about their condition. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. They do not make me sick, discussing their duty to God. Not one is dissatisfied. Not one is demented with the mania of owning things. Not one kneels to another, nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago. Not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth. So they show their relations to me, and I accept them. They bring me tokens of myself. They evince them plainly in their possession. I wonder where they get those tokens. Did I pass that way huge times ago and negligently drop them?
Now you learn the poem. We are going to learn the poem first and then I will explain you line by line. I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self-contained. I stand and look at them long and long. They do not sweat and whine about their condition. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their condition. They do not make me sick, discussing their duty to God. Not one is dissatisfied, not one is demented with the mania of owning things. Not one kneels to another, nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago. Not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth. So they show their relations to me and I accept them. They bring me tokens of myself, the evidence them plainly in their possession. I wonder where they get those tokens. Did I pass that way huge times ago and negligently drop them? Now we are going to learn the poem line by line. In the first three lines, the poet want to tell us, I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self-contained. In these two lines, the poet wants to tell us that he says that he could change his lifestyle. He says that he could change his lifestyle and live with the animals. I think I could turn means change lifestyle. The poet tells us that he could turn means he could transform and start to live with the animals. They are so placid and self-contained. The poet wants to live with the animals because he desires to live among the animals because they are self-contained. They are placid and self-contained. Placid means not easily upset. They did not get upset easily, and self-contained means self-sufficient. The animals are happy, they did not get upset easily, and they are self sufficient. So, the poet wants to change his lifestyle and he wants to start to live with animals. I stand and look at them long and long. The poet stands and gazes them for a long time. The poets stand and start to gaze them for a long time. And now now through the next lines means they do not sweat and whine about their condition. Through this line, the poet wants to tell us that the animals do not perspire from too much labor, means they do not sweat from the labor, from the work, and whine about their condition. Neither they talk, neither they complain mournfully, sadfully about their condition, about their living condition. The animals do not sweat, means they do not perspire about their work from too much labor, and whine about their condition, means they do not complain about their condition, about their living condition. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. They do not lie awake in the dark, means they do not spend sleepless hours expressing sorrow for their misdeeds. They do not spend sleepless hours like human beings for their misdeeds, remembering their misdeeds, and weep for their sins. They do not make me sick discussing their duty to God, and they do not discuss the poet. They do not make mistake means discuss. They do not discuss the poet about by talking to him about their duty to God. They do not discuss the poet by talking about their duty to God. Not one is dissatisfied, not one is demented with the mania of owning things. Not one is dissatisfied means not a single animal seems discontented, seems unsatisfied, dissatisfied. Not one is demented with the mania of owning things. They do not behave irrationally. They do not behave irrationally, madly pursuing the ownership of worldly things, worldly goods. They do not behave irrationally or madly pursuing the ownership of worldly things, worldly good, just like the human beings. And so the poet wants to change his lifestyle and to live with the animals. Here we finish two stanzas of our poem. We will see the next poem, the next stanza in our next period. Thank you.